All right, Tyler Perry fans, I'm doing this video because I've noticed a lot of feedback when I posted this to my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page, Facebook groups. And if you haven't done so, make sure you go to the description box. There are links to all my social media below there. And I put a post up about what Tyler Perry thriller did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy Acrimony more? I believe the movie came out in what, 2018? Or did you enjoy the more recent one, A Fall from Grace on Netflix? And I feel like A Fall from Grace really took the numbers home. I mean, on Instagram, a lot of people put both. And then on YouTube, I believe I put up a poll asking which movie was the preferred thriller from Tyler Perry's catalog. And this video, I kind of broke it up into four different sections. I said the story, the acting, the cinematography, and then I really couldn't think of what to name the fourth category. But I think I listed like, thought-provoking, or what movie had me thinking after I finished it. Like, by the time I finished the film, what had me thinking the most about it, And on YouTube, there were over 600 votes. A Fall from Grace, 77%. Acrimony, 23%. So let's talk about ratings, for example. And honestly, I don't really care about ratings like Rotten Tomatoes, but from Acrimony, it got a 3 out of 10 / 21%. And A Fall from Grace got 4.6 out of 10 and a 38%. So yeah, Fall from Grace edges out over Acrimony just a little bit, but let's just talk about the story. For Fall from Grace, also, yes, spoilers for both movies, but Acrimony, it's been out for almost 2 years. Acrimony was released back in March of 2018, so we're almost at the 2-year mark. And A Fall from Grace, it has been out for like 3 days, so spoiler alert. But I would say that Acrimony was divided into different sections by words: acrimony, sunder, bewail, derange, and irrexaustible. So I think it had a decent, I guess you could say, division in the plot. Like, you knew what part of the movie you were in based off those words. A Fall from Grace was, that's one thing I noticed about a lot of Tyler Perry films. They're really like flashback movies. Like, it starts off in present day. Most of the movie's a recap of things that have happened, and then the climax is like, everything wrapping up. Well, so was Acrimony. So, in a way, I would say that what story was more intriguing. I would probably say Acrimony wins it out for me in terms of the story. So, in my opinion, Acrimony wins that. Acting. This is a iffy one, because I know a lot of people put a lot of things into, the acting. Now, it's a tough call here for me because of the fact that you have Taraji P and Acrimony. But on the other hand, you have legends like Felicia Rashad and Cecily Tyson. And to me, honestly, Sarah Miller was like, again, you have Claire Huxtable. That alone is worth the price of admission. It's subjective. It really is. I guess when it comes to acting, I might want to look further into the overall cast of the movie. I would probably be leaning more towards A Fall from Grace on this one. But then again, it's just one of those things where Tyler Perry's in the movie and then the wig, but then that actually leads into my next part, cinematography. Obviously about camera angles and whatnot, the wardrobes. Yeah, I got to get this one to Acrimony. And I mentioned in my Fall from Grace video that I don't really allow things like the bad wigs and whatnot to distract me. But when you compare both films and the backlash, it really does come down to the overall look. I feel like Acrimony definitely took some risks with the cinematography, like the different angles and lighting and whatnot, as opposed to A Fall from Grace, which felt kind of bland in some spots. It wasn't terrible, but it was just like, it didn't really wow me in certain scenes. So Acrimony wins it out in cinematography. Then we get to Thought-Provoking, and this is the final, I guess you could say, category, unless I add a fifth one by the time I get done with the video. But I think that A Fall from Grace really had me thinking about, in a bad way actually, who can you really trust? I mean, Gail's best friend was the one that led her down this destructive path by getting into this relationship with Shannon, and then this marriage which led to her being in jail. And it really is a matter of, wow, you really have to watch who you let into your life, whether it be love or friendship. But I will admit, Acrimony took it to the next level, because people were really asking the question whether or not Melinda was entitled to Robert's success, because she was the one that was supporting him when he didn't have anything, but then got the divorce, and then that's when he blew up. And it's like whether or not she was entitled to any of his success, and that led to some very big arguments there. So I will say, in terms of like the impact of me finishing the film, I think Acrimony edges it out. And you may have noticed that so far, Acrimony has won 3 out of 4 categories for me personally. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Acrimony, but I felt like in terms of the impact, Acrimony definitely left more of it for me. Now, A Fall from Grace, I am not saying it was a bad movie on any level. If you want to hear any criticisms, you got to watch my movie review. But I think and I use air quotes here, the problem is, because Tyler Perry has blown up so much, what was it, October, when the month began, star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the huge gala, dropping 2 new shows on BET. It's like they say, the bigger your star is, the more people will try to extinguish it. It's like we've always seen criticism for Tyler Perry films, but I think the fact that he has blown up so much now, that people expect better. So even when Acrimony aired in theaters, there was the common complaints, all the black women, being crazy and deranged and whatnot. Tyler Perry's at it again. But I think with A Fall from Grace coming out 2 years later, and we're still following that trend, I think that A Fall from Grace would obviously get more backlash. But to be completely honest, as soon as that first trailer dropped on Netflix, people were going at the wigs like it was nobody's business. I think and maybe I should have left, maybe the 5th category should have been impact. Now, if we're talking impact, I definitely think A Fall from Grace wins in that category based off what I just said in regards to people's, thoughts and mostly criticism of the movie. I don't think it was terrible. I definitely recommend. I watched it twice already. I watched it the day it came out, and then I watched it again on Sunday because I said I would hold off on my movie review because Tyler Perry requested nobody spoil the movie. Also, my bad. I should have put in a 6th category. Plot twist. I think that in terms of plot twist, I would definitely say A Fall from Grace, even though there was a lot of foreshadowing, which really just told you the plot twist before the middle of the movie. But to see Claire Huxtable in a villainous role, I knew those side eyes she gave in the Cosby Show were leading up to something. I would definitely say the plot twist was definitely A Fall from Grace. So it might seem like, dude, you're totally copping out because Acrimony won 3 out of your 4 original categories. Oh, and then you just so happen to throw in 2 extra categories to make it 6 total and then tie it up with 3 for 3. And you are totally right. But at the same time, I think that it would be interesting for Tyler Perry to do a fresh take on a movie, like something a little more lighthearted. What about Nobody's Fool? It wasn't a good movie. Yeah, I know if you watch my episode review, I did give it overall a good review, But then when I watched it a second time, I'm kind of like, nah. But even in the first review, I did talk about the oversaturation of Tiffany Haddish and the fact that the movie didn't have good transition from scenes. And yeah, the fact that it was filmed in 10 days really showed. And Tinka Sumter's character really wasn't that fleshed out. So I do feel like I would like to see Tyler Perry. And this is like, it's sad when his non-Madea movies really don't hit. You know, like his Madea films, love him or hate, you know, Tyler Perry films. The Madea films are the ones that blow up the most. Like Family Funeral was one of the best Tyler Perry movie films I've seen. And I remember the Boo movies and Nobody's Fool not really hitting it for me. But Family Funeral to me was a good combination or mix of story and comedy and character. I really enjoyed that movie. It is in one of my it's one of my top 5 Tyler Perry films. So when Tyler Perry does these non-Madea films, it hurts when they don't do well, because I get that he doesn't want to play Madea anymore because he's working on other things. But the fact that these films really aren't hitting it, it's sad because I want these to do well. So when it comes to the Acrimony Twist, we kind of knew where the movie was going, because that was the point of the movie being broken up into sections to, I guess you could say, see the mental deterioration of Melinda leading to the climax. Which, you know what? Oh, you know what? I want to, you know, kind of piggybacking off a plot twist. Should I call this one Tyler Perry? Yeah, this is the tiebreaker, folks. Tyler Perry deaths. When I say Tyler Perry deaths, I mean, oh God, Shannon being beaten allegedly to death with a baseball bat in the head, yet comes back to life with only like a couple of black eyes, and it's like, wait, what? And then you have Melinda somehow getting onto the boat to shoot Robert. And then wait, oh yeah, that's right. Didn't Robert throw Melinda overboard, but she somehow gets back on the boat? But then you know what? She got trapped in the anchor, and then pulls her off the boat, and then she dies by drowning. So Shannon surviving those baseball bat blows versus Melinda falling off the boat but then getting back on the boat. Which one? If you look, being a longtime viewer of Tyler Perry dramas like The Haves and the Have-Nots, these deaths should not be a surprising thing to me, but it is really frustrating. So I guess you could say, what would this category be? What death was more believable? Or excuse me, what character survival was more believable or more ridiculous? I would have to say, you know what? In terms of ridiculousness, I would probably put A Fall from Grace as the winner, just because freaking Shannon was hit upside the head so many times, yet all he had was like those black eyes and whatnot. And like, did his wig protect him from the dent? I'm pretty sure he had like a dent in his head from that baseball bat, but I don't know. So yeah, if you were to look at the categories, A Fall from Grace actually wins with a 4-3 over Acrimony. But guys, this is just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember, my categories were story, acting, cinematography, thought-provoking questions you ask yourself when you finish the film. For me, it was who can I trust versus did Melinda actually deserve any of Robert's success. The impact of the film in terms of, you know, fan reaction and whatnot. The plot twist, and then the most ridiculous character survival. So with that being said, what thriller of Tyler Perry did you prefer more? Did you think they were both awful? Did you think they were both great? Which one would you watch again in a heartbeat? Let me know. And with that being said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check me out on social media. Links are in the description box below. And I'll catch you all on my next video.